Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Ask NK. So the folks at Blender Market have just started out the Cyber Sale, which is running from now till December the 3rd of 2024. And this is doing a 30% on lots of add-ons, models, and a ton of resources that you can get on Blender Market. However, there's some very interesting creators that have simply upped this. Some creators are given 80%, 90%, and you can even get additional add-ons with some of these creators as well. And with that said, we're going to talk about all of these ones and also point out some very essential add-ons that you can get with this Blender Market sale. And for those who like to take a look at this, links to all of this are going to be in the description, so do well to check it out. And with that said, let's start off with the folks at Lazy 3D, as they've simply released the Water VFX Master, which is a real-time fluid effect tool that you can now use to simulate real-time water inside of Blender. Now this is doing an 80% for the Cyber Sale. And the cool thing with this is this supports collision. So if you do have a model and you would like to have some collisions with it, this is something that is currently available. You can use this to start creating very interesting looking water simulations. So whether you're trying to make a riverbank or maybe you just want to add water to your scene, you do have options of this and you can start using this to create those amazing stuff. And you can currently get this for 80% off with the Cyber Sale. And that's not the only thing the folks at Lazy 3D are doing. If you simply go over to the page, you would also notice a lot of things from their physical water VFX all the way to the physical cable, which is also a very interesting cable system, which you can use to simulate cables and also use to create some very procedural looking kind of cables in your scenes. And you can also go ahead and attach these things to other objects, do a lot of things with it. These is currently doing a 40%. And the same thing can also be said for a lot of other things. Winter Deluxe is also doing a 40%. You'll be getting the physical grass scatter. And we've already talked about this one before. This is a very cool tool which you can use to simply create grasses and simulate interactions with it. So it's a very, very interesting one. And the folks at Lazy VFX are doing the most in terms of discounts that you can get right now. So if there's anything that they've got on their storefront that is doing a massive discount sale, then you might want to consider taking a look at these and grabbing them within this time that they're doing the sale. Some other folks that are doing some very impressive stuff is the folks at True VFX. And with the sale, what they're doing is a bundle sale. Currently, they just released True Terrain version 5. And if you choose to get True Terrain right now, you're not only getting True Terrain version 5, which by the way is an amazing tool for creating high quality terrains inside of Blender, but you'll be getting True Sky alongside. So True Sky is also another interesting tool which you can use to create very impressive looking skies, clouds, and also sun effects in your scene. And with the sale, what they're currently doing is you'll be able to get the True Terrain and the True Sky as a bundle if you choose to purchase it now during the sale. So you're getting 2 add-ons for the price of 1 discounted add-on, which is pretty cool. Some other interesting creators that are also doing the same thing are the folks at BD3D. So the folks at BD3D, the creators of the Geoscatter 5.5, they're doing an amazing Black Friday stuff, which I think is very similar to what you got with True Terrain. And what this is if you choose to get the Geoscatter 5.5, which is, by the way, the best tool you can use in scattering stuff in Blender, because it has all of these parameters and all of these tool sets that you can use to do all of that stuff. If you choose to get this, you're not only getting it, however, you'll be getting discounts on the asset pack. So if you simply go over to the asset pack, at this point, you'll be getting about 4 of these for free, and you also be able to get all of these other ones doing 30% off. So if you like to get any of these ones as well, you'll be getting 30% off these ones, and it is pretty interesting. And the folks at BD3D are doing something that is pretty cool, and you can definitely take advantage of all of these and start creating for yourself. Urbaniac is doing a 50% on almost everything that has to do with a bundle that they have. The Urbaniac Industrial District is doing a 50%. If you're trying to get the law enforcement, this is also doing a 50%. The building generator is doing a 50%, and also the CT asset pack is doing a 50%. Every other thing on their storefront is doing a 30%. But of course, if you like to get any of these ones, these are currently running 50% and will be cut off at the end of November. I kind of keep my fingers crossed and believe that they might actually have to extend it till the end of the market sale. But of course, for those who like to get any of these things right now, this is more like a time crisis and you might want to simply come through and grab all of the assets that they have. Zen Shaders are currently doing a massive 50% across all their brushes. All of these brushes that are now here are currently 4K brushes, and you can use them across ZBrush, Substance Painter, and also Blender. And these brushes are built for both human skin, zombies, and creature skin. And the number of brushes you'll be getting with these are over 900 brushes, They're all 4K and they come as TIFF format, which is extremely high quality. So if you're trying to get any of these ones, maybe you like to add some pores, some wrinkles, or maybe you just want to start adding a couple of details in your characters, then you might want to consider taking a look at these, as these are extremely high quality stuff and they definitely work as expected. So if you're trying to make creatures, there's definitely brushes for you. If you're trying to make characters, there's definitely brushes for you and you can rest easy with them. And this is not the only thing that they're giving out. They also have the stylized edition, which comes with 550 plus brushes. And this cuts across a lot of other categories as well. And this includes buttons, bolt and screw, cracks, creature maker, damage wear, all the way down to wood, seams, stitches, rock, metal, fur, and hair, and so on. So if you want to get these ones as well, and you want to work with them both in ZBrush, Substance Painter, or maybe Blender, you can definitely come through, check these ones out, and start creating with it. And don't forget that the folks at ZenShader also have a free version which you might want to explore before you purchase it. And this currently offers you 50 brushes for the stylized edition and also 70 brushes for the human, creature, and zombie edition. And all of these are fully supported with the brand new brush asset system that is now available in Blender 4.3. And speaking about Blender 4.3 and sculpting brushes, VK Game Dev also has a whole lot of things going for him. So you might want to consider taking a look at VK Game Dev. The human skin is also asset browser friendly, and this comes with a ton of stuff. So in case you're trying to get human skin brushes, you do have a lot of them. It also comes with information guides to tell you where to use these brushes. And the same thing can also be said across every other thing that they have here. They've also updated their vector displacement maps. So in case you want to take a look at these are also currently available and they look super cool. More so, if you want to take advantage of their sculpting brush bundle, which comes with 600 brushes, then this is also available. And you can definitely come through and grab these ones. And most of them are asset browser friendly, so you can rest easy when working with them. Omid has also created a ton of VDM brushes that you can now get that are currently doing discount. So if you like to get some clothing VDM brushes, you can find them here. This currently comes with 70, and all of the brushes you'll be getting from Omid are all 4K. They come in various formats. And at the same time, if you like to get some nose VDM brushes, this is quite an interesting one. You can simply come through and get it, as Omid has actually put together these 40 VDM brushes as well, and this look pretty awesome. And speaking about things that are awesome, Mift has also made a sculpt layer tool. So if you're trying to layer your sculpt, we've already made a full video about this one just in case you like to check it out. You can simply do all of that. And for those who are thinking about exporting their geometry nodes to Unreal Engine and also Unity, there are tools for you that you can work with. And there's also a level of detail tool, a Z-sphere, B-sphere kind of thing going on, and a hard surface tool, which is currently available. So if any of these ones interest you, you can simply go through and check them out. Now let's go back to the big time discount from the folks at CG Matters, as they're currently doing a 33% off on Better Primitives. Now we've talked about these, it's a beautiful tool. We'll potentially make a full video about this one. How this works is interesting. So you know, by default, when you create your models in Blender, they kind of work as operators. So you make a simple model and you cannot make changes to that model once you click out of the operator. And that is something the Better Primitives has successfully fixed. So with this, you can simply create any primitive object and manipulate that however you choose. Very similar to what you've got with Maya and Houdini, and this is pretty impressive. I love the idea that this is now available, and more so, I love the idea that this is doing a 33% off. So in case you like to get this, you can simply go ahead and check it out. CG Matters has also created a ton of other things before, and if you'd like to see some of the things that he has made, you might also want to consider looking at this. You might also want to consider exploring his storefront and seeing this for yourself. And most of these are Geometry Node related. And speaking about Geometry Node, Doggett3D is doing a 50% offer on his brand new Introduction to Geometry Nodes course. And this cuts across a lot of things. Now we've beaten this like a dead horse, and right now this is currently doing a big time 50%. For those who like to get this, simply go ahead, grab it, and learn how to create motion graphic style stuff inside of Blender. And that's not the only thing that's doing 50% off. If you like to learn any of his courses, or possibly work with the real-time material tool that he has also made, you can simply go ahead and get all these materials that you can use for your scenes and also for your motion graphic designs. At the same time, you can also learn how to start shading, getting comfortable with shading, and this tutorial is also doing a 50% off. And the same thing can also be said to the Introduction to Motion Graphics, which is also a very comprehensive course that can get you going. And this is also doing 50% off. And speaking about learning stuff and getting stuff, the folks at CG Cookie, they've recently released Base Mesh. And Base Mesh is a simple stylized course that gets you started with creating your very own character in Blender. This 5+ hour course is definitely going to be your go-to, from modeling all the way to texturing and material, down to hair grooming and so on. This will get you started in terms of creating your very first character in Blender. And this is not the only thing that they've currently launched for 30% off. If you're thinking about learning the fundamentals of anything, they've also released a ton of courses for that, from the core fundamentals of 3D modeling all the way to digital sculpting, lighting, material and shading, texturing, animation, rigging, physics, composition, and so on. These fundamental courses are right here to guide you through. And for realistic portrait, then the human realistic portrait creation in Blender is a beautiful course that can also get you started, as this uses no third-party tool and gets you up and running in terms of creating high-quality 3D models in Blender. However, if you just want to generate human characters and create stuff quickly, then you might want to consider taking a look at Human Generator. This is an amazing tool that can allow you to generate characters quickly and easily in Blender. There is no extra skill required. All you need to do is generate the characters, these get automatically rigged, and you can simply clothe them however you choose and get them animated. And if you create these characters and you like to polish them a little bit more and give them even more better looking skin effect, then Global Skin is currently a beautiful skin tool that you can consider looking at. We've already made a full video about this one before, and this gives you a ton of options of creating high quality skin for your model. And the cool thing is this works with your DAZ 3D characters, MetaHumans, Character Creator, and also the cool Human Generator tool that we just mentioned. And for those who might just want to make crowds, then Diffuse Studio is definitely your go-to. Now, before we talk about the procedural crowd tools available on Diffuse Studio, they've recently released Breakdown. Breakdown is one cool tool that I definitely should make a video for. And the idea behind this tool, you can now seamlessly show anyone how you create your stuff. Like the name implies, Breakdown Maker allows you to show your creative process with ease. As with Breakdown, this makes it super easy for you to create breakdowns of your scenes, and you can simply use any of the animation modes and presets that are currently available right here for you to start making stuff. And this is very similar to what you've got with Animax. Animax is also another amazing tool which allows you to do amazing cool stuff like this. And the way Animax works is pretty different, and this uses some sort of fracturing idea to simply reveal or make objects in Blender disintegrate. And that has a little bit of a similarity with what you've got with Breakdown. However, Breakdown deals more with your scene rather than individual character. And with Breakdown, you can do some turntables, work with some lighting schemes, which deals with preset lighting setups, HDR, studio light, and this also offers some texturing options. So if this is something that interests you, possibly you'd like us to make a video about that, please link that in the description and we'll do our best to show you those. But if crowd simulation is your thing, then Procedural Crowd from the folks at Diffuse Studio is definitely an amazing one as well. And this is pretty cool the way it works. It's fully procedural, allows you to do a ton of things here, and this now comes with several packs. So the summer pack is here, the business pack is here, and you might also want to consider taking a look at the procedural sign and procedural adlit tools, which are currently available. And for sure, if you're looking for more crowd tools, then Population from the folks at BE Production is beautiful. This has just been announced. It's doing a 30% off, and this looks amazing. Every single thing for Population has been painstakingly created, as this currently offers 48 3D photo scan characters across 3 different categories that deals with casual, business, and also sport. Interestingly, this also has 55 motion capture animations that have been automatically applied to the characters, and you can also control how you like your characters to behave, position, and be placed within your scene. This comes with a ton of options, and this is quite similar to what you have with the crowd tool from the folks at Diffuse Studio. However, the folks at BD3D has also fine-tuned some more stuff and added even more motions to their character to create some sort of variation. So once you get Population, all of these categories now comes with it, and you can start building your crowd simulation with a few clicks. And of course, the folks at BE Production also have the global light texture, vegetation, transportation, light studio, and a ton of other things that you can get. More so, if you're looking for more vegetations and stuff that you can work with, then the folks at Polygonic are your guys. So you can also go ahead and check out Botaniq 7.0. This has been updated and it's got a lot of vegetation tools that you can start working with. So whether you're trying to get seasons or maybe you just want to add wind effect to your trees, then you can simply consider checking this one out. And recently, they've updated Traffic, which is their car library tool that offers tons and tons of car features that you can work with alongside rigged cars that you can bring into your scene and start creating with. And the new update also comes with plate numbers, which you can now attach to your vehicles and start animating. And it's also worth mentioning that they've also recently released Internik. Internik is also a beautiful set of assets that you can use to create your interior scenes easily. So this is also another amazing stuff that they have, and it is looking pretty cool. And for those who create vegetations and you don't want that to throttle your computer performance, and possibly you like to work with that in Eevee, then you might want to consider taking a look at Instant Imposters, as this is a very lightweight tool that simply allows you to generate tons and tons of vegetations using cards and manipulate them easily in your scene. So this is a very beautiful tool. We've talked about this one before. It's amazing, and it will save you a ton of performance when you get to create with it. So if you like something like this, then you might want to consider taking a look at that. Now, there's a couple of other tools that I kind of think that are essential that I think a lot of you guys would love. If you're thinking about rigging, Atell has a beautiful stuff that allows you to rig. However, this is currently not on sale. Hopefully this will be on sale soon, and when it is, please go ahead and grab it. Animation Layer is also another interesting tool for those who might be thinking about layering the animation. And Tal Hitchcock has actually made this one possible. So of course, if you're thinking about doing that, then you can also go through and check this one out for yourself. Faceit is also another interesting tool for those who like to create facial performance in Blender by simply using their mobile device. And this comes with a cool set of rigging tools that will allow you rig your characters quickly and easily and get going with them. And if you're thinking about facial performance and you like to rig your characters easily in Blender, and possibly you would also want to be able to use your phone's camera to drive your facial performance, then this is a beautiful tool that I think might come in very handy for you. And for retopology, there's a couple of interesting tools that are available for retopology at this point. Orange Turbine is doing sales for the Retopo Flow. We've already mentioned how cool this tool is. You can simply get this for free if you want, and at the same time, you can simply come through and check this one out, support the creator, purchase this tool, and get this right now. EasyPatch is also another interesting tool which is currently doing sales, and this just simply allows you patch various parts of your character. So maybe you're doing your retopo and you probably don't know how to complete this region. You can simply use the EasyPatch to do that. And the same thing can also be said for various parts of your character as well. So if you've always wanted to make some quick and easy retopos and you've been wondering how you can get this going, then EasyPatch is an amazing tool that can get you going. More stuff about retopology also includes Quad Patch from Alberto FX. So this is also another interesting tool Alberto FX has made, and it is quite interesting how much he has been working on this one for the past years. There's also some that he has also made before which are also looking pretty cool, but one which is pretty new, and I think you guys may want to consider looking at that, is this beautiful tool from Mark King's-North. It is called the Quad Maker, and this simply gives you the option of creating your retopology just like you would do in Maya. So it actually simulates the whole Maya Quad Draw idea of creating your retopos, and it looks pretty clean for what it does. So this is one nice tool that is currently available by Mark King's-North. And of course, he does have a couple of other things that are now here, all doing sales, from the Analyze Mesh to Starship Generator, which is a beautiful tool that you can use to generate different kinds of starships if you want. At the same time, there's also the Conform Object, which is also another amazing tool that allows you to conform anything to any surface in Blender. And you've just got a ton of things Mark King's-North has made before. These are currently available. And one final retopo tool that I think you might want to consider looking at, especially if you're not just thinking about retopoing characters alone, but maybe clothes, is the Retopo Planes from the folks at Nodes Interactive. And this is a very cool one. We've mentioned this on the channel before. This just allows you retopo literally anything. So you can work in Marvelous Designer, bring this over to Blender, do a quick retopo, and get going with it. The way this works is pretty simple. And the same thing can be said across all of the tools that they've made before. So whether you're trying to get Rapid, or maybe you're trying to get the Belt Maker, or maybe the Sculpt Bridge tool, these are currently available and you can start working with them. Another interesting set of creators doing sales right now are the folks at Zane Studios, as Divine Clothes Smart Clothes Generator version 3 is currently on sale. And this allows you create clothes easily in Blender. All you need to do is use the set of guides, and then you can start simulating your clothes quickly and easily. You also have options of adding various presets and also working with various assets that this also comes with. You have some paint controls which you can use to simply control how this wraps around your characters, and at the same time you can choose to pin, add color, and also create some sewing patterns to make puffs for the model. This also offers a simple topology set of tools which you can use to generate very simple looking meshes or more subdivided meshes. And yes, we have Simply Cloth. Simply Cloth is one beautiful clothing tool for creating clothes in Blender. So if you always wanted to make clothes from your very own characters, or maybe you want to create clothes for your characters, you can now do all of that. Simply Clothes now allows you either select several portions of your model and generate clothes from them, or you can simply start creating clothes by default how you intend to do. And this is no longer called Simply Clothes. Right now, this is considered as Simply Clothes Studio, as it's now fully packed with tons of customization features that you can use to start customizing and creating the exact kind of cloth that you want for your character. So if you're looking for a professional tool that you can use in creating clothes for Blender, then you might want to consider taking a look at Simply Clothes, as this has a ton of features that can get you going. And of course, this is not the only thing that JSlab has created. He has also created a ton of other things that are in relation to the micro mesh, the Simply Wrap, the Simply Stitch, and a ton of clothing assets. More so, you can get the collection bundle right now, which encompasses every single thing. So instead of purchasing this one after the other, you can get the collection bundle and rest easy with this. At the same time, Trash Kit, which is from the folks at Asset Kit, is currently available. So just in case you like to spread trash across your scene, then this is also another interesting add-on that you might want to consider taking a look at. The same thing can be said for the Crystal Kit, and Cassie Ship has also put out everything they've got on their storefront for 30% off. So if you need any of these things from Cassie Ship, simply go ahead and check it out. These are amazing stuff and they're currently available. And for those looking for more asset or kit bash tools that they can work with, N9 Studio has put out every single thing that they've got. This beautiful 640 plus kit bash model is a combination of a ton of other kit bash models that you can get. By default, this is doing a 50% off, and you're getting a 25% on top of that. So for those who like to get this individually, then you might also want to consider looking at this. We've also talked about Trace Genius Pro before, so those who did miss out, you can simply go ahead and see this for yourself. This is amazing 30%, and it's just this beautiful tool that you can use to simply trace anything in Blender and get creating. So if you've always wanted to do all of that, this is now available for 30% right now. 3DZ is also putting out all he's got on his storefront for 30%. And one of the cool ones that you can get at this point is the City Road Maker. City Road Maker version 2 is a beautiful geometry node setup that works with Blender, as it offers a lot of customization for you to start creating your very own roads in Blender. This offers over 150 different customizable settings that allows you to add both street designs and also create your roads exactly how you want them to be. So if you've been thinking about creating roads, possibly you like your roads to have some interesting features like plants, random props and all that, this is an add-on that can get you going. This alongside Urbaniac, and also if you like to merge stuff together to get something even better, you can merge that with the tools from the folks at Polygonic, especially the car library tool that we mentioned previously, and you can even get more when you choose to take a look at the transportation tool that we've also mentioned from the folks at B Production. So for those who like to check this one out, possibly you like to get it, then you can simply go ahead and check out the cool things that you can get from the folks at 3DZ right now. And if you're looking for shaders that you can work with, recently Bubblegum has just released the Woolly tool and shaders version 2, and this is a very beautiful tool they can use in creating fleets or furry characters, and this looks pretty nice. More so, there is also Kamikaze, as version 2.1 is now here, and this is now a collection of 200 plus shaders, modifiers, compositor effects, and also assets that you can use in creating your toon style art or comics, and it looks pretty interesting. And Bubblegum has also made a few other things like the clay dough, which we've already talked about on the channel before, and it just allows you to simply create clay looking materials for your models. And you can also go ahead and explore some of the other shaders that they've made before. Southern Shoddy has also put out all of what he has on his storefront for sale, so in case you like to get the crafty pack, which comes with a ton of shaders and also a couple of 3D assets that you can work with, these are currently available, and you can also go ahead and check it out. Dragon X has also put out all of his shaders out here, and this also includes the Stylized Shader version 3, and this is currently on sale. So if you want to consider looking at a bit more of an Imperial-like shading tool, then you might want to consider taking a look at the Stylized Shader from Dragon X and see what you can make out of it. And we cannot talk about shading without talking about Santos Library. So Santos Library is huge, really huge. There's a ton of things that you can now do with Santos Library. Now, previously this started as a procedural material tool, but it is more of a procedural material and asset tool, as you're not only getting procedural materials, you're also getting geometry node assets, image decal tools, and easy baking tools. And this looks pretty nice. Right now you have over 1,000 plus procedural assets, and it continually grows as the day progresses. And for sure, if you want to get any of these things, you can simply come through and check it out. There are amazing things that this currently offers, and you can go ahead and explore all of the beautiful effects that this adds to your scene. So Santos Library has this one covered. And you might also want to consider looking at the Santos Liquid Works. Santos Liquid Work is a brand new tool that is currently available by Santos Library. And this also allows you to simulate fluids in your scene on your models easily. So it is also another interesting tool that is currently available. And of course, it comes with a wide range of liquid materials. Currently, this comes with over 100 liquid materials. And in general, what you'll be getting with this is 130 liquid procedural materials and geometry node groups, which you can easily work with. So if you'd like to get any of these, you can simply go ahead and check this out. And speaking about liquid, Flip Fluid is currently doing discounts. So in case you're looking for the most professional liquid simulation tool for Blender, then Flip Fluid is definitely a cool one. And this is a more professional liquid simulation tool for simulating extremely high quality fluids in Blender. This also supports white water effects, high viscosity effects, surface tension and sheeting, and also flips and APC solvers are currently available with this. However, if you're looking for something pretty quick and easy to work with, then you might want to consider looking at the Fluid Painter. Fluid Painter is currently available. It's pretty easy. All you need to do is draw on a model and automatically this creates fluids for you. It's a very procedural tool. We've made a video about it. It comes with 30 plus presets, pretty quick, pretty clean. You can now get that fluid happening exactly how you want them. The procedural fluid simulator from 3DSig is also another nice fluid tool, which I think is more of a surface fluid than, adding on to surface fluid. I don't know if that makes sense. So with this, you kind of control how the material applies to the model, unlike this other one that simply creates an overall fluid, like creates a whole new material for you. This other one, which is the procedural fluid, you don't necessarily have a brand new mesh that happens. This just simply creates the illusion of fluid for you, and it uses geometry nodes to get this going. For those who might want to consider looking at this one, this is going to help you create fluids faster, give you something that is a bit more realistic to work with, and you might want to consider looking at it if you don't want to spend too much time on performance when trying to make stuff like this. However, if you're looking for a more fluid creation tool that supports foam, bubble spray, and all that, then you might want to consider taking a look at the folks at B3FX Studio. These are the same folks that have created the amazing RBD Lab, and right now they're doing a bundle sale. So if you like to get this and save 10% off and save an additional 30% off, which is definitely going to be 40% for all of them, then you might want to consider looking at this one, as this comes with both the fluid stuff that they've got, it comes with the VDB, and also the fracturing stuff. And of course, RBD Lab 1.5 is one of the best fracturing tools that exists in Blender. So just in case you like to see this one for yourself, then of course you can simply go ahead and check it. And while we talk about fracturing, let's actually bring you to this, which is OCD, and it is a one-click damage tool. At this point, this is currently on sale. However, you can get OCD for free if you like to try the light version. All you need to do is try purchasing the OCD Lite and then enter Cyber 100, and this is going to be running till 30th of November. So with this, you should be able to get OCD Lite for free, and it is a very cool one. And the idea with the one-click damage tool is you can now easily paint, mask, and use that to drive how the damages appear on the model. And this is a very interesting tool which allows you to add damages to your model with a single click. It is pretty interesting, it's pretty clean. I'll definitely suggest that you go ahead and check this out if you're into fracturing. One interesting tool which I use almost all the time is the Physical Starlight and Atmosphere, and it's from the folks at Physical Add-on. And right now they're doing sales across everything, from the physical open waters, which generates realistic oceans for you, all the way to the physical celestial object, which is a procedural planet tool, down to the physical starlight and atmosphere, which has been used by thousands and thousands of creators for making amazing looking skies and renders. These are now available on sale, and with these tools you can definitely add some sort of atmospheric effects in your scene if you choose. Speaking about atmospheric effects in your scene, Flares is definitely available. The Flares wizard from Monami is currently doing a percentage off, so just in case you like to get that, you can simply go ahead and get it. Flared, on the other hand, which is a different tool altogether, and this is from Blender Lens Flare, is currently doing sales as well, and version 2 has also been announced, and this looks pretty cool. This is very real time, and you can simply use this to add flares in your scene. This, alongside Glare, are tools that work hand in hand, so in case you like to get real-time light leaks in your viewport, whether you're working with Cycles or Eevee, then you might want to consider taking a look at Glare. And also, if you like to get real-time lens flare in your scene, then you might want to consider taking a look at Flared. Of course, the Flares Wizard version 3 also has its place, and this has been used by various creators, and you can definitely go ahead and check out some of these testimonials and see some of the cool things that this has been used for. So for those looking for, atmospheric stuff that they can work with, this is also real time and has a ton of effects that you can do with it. So in case you're looking for something that is pretty real time that you can work with, then you might want to consider either of these ones that I've mentioned and get started with them. And yes, tons of things are currently available for sale right now. Antonio Bagatini is doing sales on literally everything he's got on his page. So we've already talked about the Bagger Groove. We've talked about the Bagger Pi, the amazing Bagger Pi itself. This is currently on sale. You should definitely check it out if you're looking for very nice and clean tools, if you're looking for parametric assets, or maybe you're looking for procedural assets that you can use in Blender. These are super nice tools that I cannot overemphasize, and they look pretty nice. Speaking of things that are also pretty nice that you might want to consider looking at, especially now that things are on discount, HDRI Maker from Andrew D is a beautiful tool for creating HDRIs in Blender. Despite the fact that you're working with these HDRIs in Blender, these you can simply convert to flat surfaces and they simply blend across your scene. So instead of just having that orb and then you have to create a brand new plane, these things are just made in such a way that you can simply flatten them out and have those parts of your HDRI as the base, and then you can use the HDRI to light your model. And it's quite nice and brilliant how this one works. And this is one of those must-have tools for Blender. And of course, Andrew D has a few other things, which includes the Extreme PBR Nexus. Extreme PBR Nexus offers a ton of materials for Blender artists, and currently this is over 1,800 plus. And so you can have access to all of these Eevee-based materials and you can use them just like you have with the HDRI Maker. This also has a ton of features that you can use in terms of creating very nice and clean looking materials in your scene. So this is it. Lots of things are currently available on Blender Market at this point. For those who will try to generate cities, iCity is currently doing sales right now, so you can simply go ahead and check this one out. This is for those who are thinking about generating cities, and iCity isn't the only thing that is doing sales right now. You can also find some very cool stuff from Andreas, and this is the City Generator. City Generator is also another interesting tool that you can use to generate different kinds of cities in Blender. Auto building is also another nice tool that is currently available, which you can use in making buildings pretty quick and easy. And we've also mentioned a few of these ones on the channel before. Soyoyo did make end panel, so this is also one nice tool. This tool works exactly how Clean Panel works. Now the only difference here is this has its own place. So just like Clean Panel, Soyoyo has made this tool available, and this is currently doing sales. And for those who like to see more stuff, you can definitely go ahead and check it out. If you haven't seen Clean Panel before, then you should definitely go ahead and take a look at Amandeep's Clean Panels Pro. And this is one nice tool that will allow you to sort out all of your add-ons in a very clean and nice looking way. So instead of having a very cluttered end panel, Clean Panels can allow you to sort those things out, and it automatically arranges them for you, and you can also rearrange them how you choose. Amandeep also has a couple of nice things, from Hard Surface Tools, which is currently doing a 30% off, all the way to a full bundle, which offers you a ton of other add-ons, and you can also get lots of discounts in that regard. You might also want to check their Quick Physics tool, which is also a brand new physics tool for placing objects in your scene. And there are lots of things currently available on Blender Market at this point. For those who are thinking about rigging their vehicles, there's a ton of rigging tools that are currently available on Blender Market at this point that are doing sales, and you will definitely find these ones super easy. So this is it. Tons of things are currently available on Blender Market, and I would definitely suggest that you go through, check this out, and tell me what you think about them in the comment section. And of course, if you like this video or you learned something from this, you can go ahead and give a like, and don't forget to share with a friend. And until I see you guys in the next one, peace.